I watched every single minute of Seny Lammens at Manchester United, and it's official the Red Devils might have just found their next generational goalkeeper. 5 matches, 0 defeats.
But he showed a lot of character, a lot of quality, and we win also because of Lammens.
Countless saves that have already rewritten the club's defensive story under Ruben Amorim.
Minte from the corner of the penalty area whips one towards Seny Lammens, who watches it calmly past his right post.
In just over a month, Lammens has gone from being an unknown signing from Royal Antwerp to one of the most influential players in Manchester United's best run of form since Amorim took over. At just 23 years old, the Belgian has shown exactly why last season he was Europe's most efficient shot stopper. He finished the campaign with an astonishing 81.4% save percentage and 14.5 goals prevented, numbers that would make even peak David De Gea raise an eyebrow. And it's not just about stats. In his debut against Sunderland, Lammens kept a clean sheet. At Anfield, against Liverpool, he produced 5 crucial saves that literally handed United the win. Against Brighton, he was calm and commanding. Versus Nottingham Forest, steady and composed. And against Spurs, he pulled off 2 world-class stops that preserved a hard-fought 2-2 draw.
Seny Lammens, what a save! You have changed my whole life. It feels so good that we have a goalkeeper that doesn't make any mistakes whatsoever. He's the best goalkeeper in the world. Don't ever compare to Donnarumma. Seny Lammens is clear.
Every game feels the same story: composure, focus and clutch saves when it matters most. Lammens doesn't just defend, he changes matches. He's a goalkeeper who earns points.
Out loud for me, please.
His good vibrations reverberate through the team, which leads to confidence, security, assuredness. When I look back when I played, when did I feel my best? When I didn't have to look behind me and worry about what the keeper might do or where he might be. I wasn't second guessing anything about my goalkeeper. Edwin van der Sar is a great example of a fantastic goalkeeper, just a calming influence and just...
Since De Gea's departure, United have been desperate for a presence like this, confident under pressure, dominant in the air and technically refined. Lammens is all of that and more. His command of the box has ended the era of panic every time a cross flew in. No more nervous set pieces. No more unforced errors, no more uncertainty. The revolving door of goalkeepers, from Onana's blunders to Bayern Diaz's inconsistencies, is finally closed.
A couple of years there's been a lot of talks about the goalkeeper and a lot of criticism. I think having to be honest with yourself, all the goalkeepers who've been here have been really good goalkeepers. It's just sometimes the way they make it difficult maybe for themselves a little bit, and I don't want to speak about other goalkeepers, I just want to speak about myself. But I think one of the most important things and the key points was for me to not make it too difficult for myself, doing the easy things good and not really looking to make the most amazing saves or do the most amazing stuff. It's just being reliable. I think that's the most important thing, and not really wanting to do the nicest things or the most prettiest things, but I think the things that help the team the most is the most important, I think. Yeah.
Because now, the Manchester United goal belongs to one man. Seny Lammens, the £100 million goalkeeper they somehow got for just £21 million. Seny Lammens' style of play can best be described as the best of both worlds. Because when you look closely, goalkeepers in modern football usually fall into one of 2 clear categories. The first are the old school shot stoppers. The traditional keepers who live for reflex saves, who dominate the box and who keep their team alive no matter what, but who often struggle with the ball at their feet. And then there's the second category, the modern ball-playing goalkeepers, those who act as an extra defender, building play from the back with calmness and precision. Manchester United thought they were getting the second kind when they signed Andre Onana, but that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. That's why what Lammens brings is so remarkable. He's quietly becoming the perfect hybrid. A goalkeeper who can save like a classic number 1, but distribute like a modern one.
Фабиана Хуцлер. Напомню, до этого 4 матча без поражений у них было.
And that balance, that rare duality, is exactly why Ruben Amorim finally feels at peace with his man between the sticks. Let's start with his shot stopping, the foundation of his brilliance, and the skill that has already shone through at Manchester United. Even before arriving at Old Trafford, his clips at Antwerp revealed an exceptional repertoire. Lightning-fast reactions, long-range dives with perfect timing, penalty-saving instincts, and an uncanny ability to dominate one-on-one duels. In England, those qualities have translated seamlessly. Against Sunderland, Lamens showcased two of his strongest traits, composure and reach. That long-range rocket from Granit Xhaka. He read it early, shifted across the line perfectly, and pushed it aside with textbook technique. But his best work that night wasn't just between the posts. His command of the air, once Old Trafford's greatest fear, was flawless. Every cross, every high ball, he dealt with it confidently. He also played the role of a sweeper keeper superbly, rushing out to cut off potential one-on-ones and executing his signature hockey-style leg saves, reminiscent of De Gea in his prime. That Sunderland performance was impressive. But what came next against Liverpool at Anfield would prove why Senna Lamens isn't just a promising goalkeeper, he's a phenomenon in the making. Lamens' performance against Liverpool was nothing short of surgical. Every action, every decision felt like it came from a goalkeeper far beyond his age. But the defining moment, the one that made everyone in Anfield fall silent, was his one-on-one duel with Alexander Isak. It was a masterclass in composure and technique. As Isak broke past the defensive line, it looked like a certain goal. Yet Lamens didn't panic. He held his ground, reading every micro-movement, closing the near post with clinical precision. When the shot came, his response was pure instinct dropping low, spreading his legs in that signature hockey-style stance, and blocking the strike with flawless timing. That single moment summed up exactly what makes him special, ice-cold decision-making under pressure. But his night at Anfield didn't end there. Minutes later, he faced another one-on-one, this time against Mohamed Salah. A cross flew across the box, finding the Egyptian completely unmarked. Salah took his touch, ready to finish, but in a split second Lamens was already there charging forward, arms wide, closing the angle and forcing Salah to shoot off balance. The shot drifted wide, but it wasn't luck, it was pressure. Pure goalkeeping intelligence. Throughout the match, Lamens was immense. He stopped Liverpool's waves of attacks.
Jones into the penalty area, gets
dominated the air.
Misjudged the flight, Diogo Dalot, Senna Lamens.
And commanded his box like a veteran.
Into the penalty area it comes. Lamens gets
every cross, every deflection, he dealt with it cleanly. And when the final whistle blew, Old Trafford finally had something it hadn't seen in almost a decade, a victory at Anfield and a clean sheet built from pure brilliance between the posts. Those two performances, Sunderland and Liverpool, became the turning point. They didn't just win games, they restored belief. Belief that at just 23 years old, Senna Lamens might truly be the next great Manchester United goalkeeper. But without question, the match where Senna Lamens truly showcased the full range of his reflexes, his raw reaction speed, composure, and reading of the game was against Brighton. From the first whistle, he looked sharp, focused, and in complete control. Every decision he made carried a sense of calm authority. Early in the game, Brighton tested him with two powerful strikes from outside the box. The first was a thunderbolt that he parried away brilliantly for a corner, using both power and precision. The second, less forceful but more deceptive, showed another side of his skill set, his technique. Lamens absorbed the shot perfectly, catching it cleanly and keeping full control. A simple action that spoke volumes about his consistency. Moments later, he was tested again, this time from close range by Danny Welbeck, who fired a sharp low effort from almost inside the 6-yard box. Lamens read it instantly, dropped to his right with flawless timing, and gathered the ball with what seemed like effortless ease. But then came the save, the one that's already being called his best in the Premier League so far. A wicked cross shot from Yankuba Minte curved dangerously into the box, with Lenny Yoro stretching for a potential deflection. It was the kind of play that leaves goalkeepers helpless any touch, and it's a goal. Yet Lamens waited. He read the situation perfectly, held his ground until the last split second, and when no one touched it, he exploded into action, a lightning-fast reflex save, deflecting the ball with a miraculous hand at the very last moment. It was a moment that defined him: instinct, intelligence and courage, all in one motion. And in his last two matches, Senna Lamens once again proved why he's quickly becoming one of Manchester United's most important signing of the season. Against Nottingham Forest, he was nothing short of brilliant. Twice he denied Dan and Doy with world-class reflexes first by covering his near post perfectly and diving low to parry a powerful, low strike across goal, and then again, moments later, reacting instinctively to a thunderous shot, punching it away high into the air and out for a corner. Every decision was calm, precise, and mature, the kind of goalkeeping you expect from a veteran, not a 23-year-old still adapting to the Premier League's chaos. Then came the test against Tottenham Hotspur, perhaps his toughest yet, and once again, Lamens delivered when it mattered most. Late in the game, a dangerous cross from Spurs found Christian Romero unmarked in the 6-yard box. It looked like the winning goal was inevitable, but Lamens waited until the very last second, then launched himself with lightning speed, stretching his leg out to make a sensational save that deflected the shot for a corner. But he wasn't done. Moments later, another Spurs cross caused chaos in the box. Lenny Yoro's weak clearance left the ball loose for João Palhinha, who went for an acrobatic volley. The shot flew straight towards goal, but Lamens, again perfectly positioned, dropped low to his right and pushed it wide with textbook technique, not allowing a single rebound. 2 world-class saves in the dying moments, 2 points rescued, and more proof that to score against Manchester United now, you have to beat a monster between the posts. But that's not the end of it, because Lamens isn't just saving shots, he's become the tactical foundation of Ruben Amorim's entire system. The match against Liverpool revealed one of Ruben Amorim's most intriguing tactical adjustments, a system built around Senna Lamens' long ball distribution and the hunt for second balls. In that match, Lamens attempted an astonishing 45 long balls, defined as passes travelling over 32 metres the most by any Premier League goalkeeper in a single game since last season. It was a clear shift from the possession-first football of the Ten Hag era toward a more pragmatic, vertical approach designed to bypass the press and exploit chaos. But this wasn't just random long kicking, it was a strategic weapon. Every time Lamens launched the ball forward, United were meticulously prepared to win the second phase, timing their positioning, pressing the opponent's first touch, and immediately attacking the loose ball. The clearest example came with Mbeumo's goal. After one of Lamens' early long balls, Mbeumo battled in the air with Van Dijk, while Kerkez drifted away from Amad Diallo to cover the space behind. The rebound dropped perfectly between lines, and Bruno Fernandes, alert and unmarked, pounced on the second ball. One swift switch to Amad on the right flank later, and Mbeumo was sprinting behind Van Dijk to slot home for 1-0. That moment summed up Amorim's vision-turned defensive pressure into attacking opportunity in seconds. Benjamin Šeško, whose aerial power added another dimension, Lamens began targeting his long passes to the left side, combining Šeško's headers with Matheus Cunha's control and awareness to dominate the second phase. Even Maguire's winning goal originated from this strategy, a corner that came after United regained the second ball. This game confirmed one thing: Senny Lamens isn't just saving goals, he's building them. His passing range and composure under pressure have become fundamental to Amorim's evolving blueprint, transforming Manchester United into a side that can hurt opponents both on the ground and through the air. Senna Lamens has been nothing short of a revelation since he was finally given the chance to prove himself at Manchester United.
I think from the first moment that I heard there was interest from Man United, I was like, wow. To be honest, that's the move everyone wants to do, the dream move. So I think in my head it was always Manchester.
Nobody really knows how he would have handled being thrown straight into a Manchester derby just days after signing, but one thing is absolutely clear now: Ruben Amorim was right to believe in him. The 23-year-old Belgian goalkeeper has not only brought calm and confidence to the backline, but he has also reshaped the way United play from the very first touch. Speaking about his keeper, Amorim didn't even try to hide his admiration. "We try to see everything about the player," he told Men in Blazers, but it was a surprise how composed he was. That composure, that ice-cold mentality under pressure, is exactly what has allowed Lamens to thrive in one of the toughest environments in world football. For Amorim, there's one detail that defines him completely. He can kick long balls with a lot of quality with both feet, and that is a detail that can change the way we play the game. That sentence alone explains everything. Lamens isn't just another shot stopper. He's a tactical weapon. His ability to strike cleanly with either foot allows United to escape the press, switch sides at will, and stretch opponents who dare to push high. It has given Amorim the flexibility to build a team that can dominate through possession or break lines directly when needed. The mix of precision distribution, bravery, and reading of the game has turned the Belgian into the foundation of United's new tactical identity. Since Lamens stepped in, Manchester United's rhythm feels different. There's more balance, more structure, and above all, more belief at the back. His long passes have become the trigger for fast transitions, and his calmness under pressure has helped restore something that was missing for years at Old Trafford trust in the goalkeeper. And that trust has been rewarded with commitment. United handed him a contract until 2030, a clear statement that they see him as the future. He has already displaced Altay Bayindir as the undisputed number one, but Amorim has been clear consistency will define whether Lamens becomes the long-term answer or just another promise. For now though, his impact is undeniable. His confidence has spread throughout the squad, and the fans have responded in kind. In every home game now, you can hear chants comparing him to Peter Schmeichel, the club's legendary guardian.
Oh, you Schmeichel in disguise! Oh, you Schmeichel in disguise! Oh, you Schmeichel in disguise! Oh, you Schmeichel in disguise!
The similarities are striking. Both command the box with authority.
Whipped in under the crossbar is Senna.
Both have lightning-fast reflexes.
And he's got it across and Zamorano has a chance.
And both seem to feed off pressure rather than fear it.
In this guy. It's not a bad thing to hear, to be honest, but yeah, I'm just trying to stay calm, and I still have a lot of things to show them, to be in the same conversation as him, I think.
Yet Lamens must resist the temptation of comparisons. He doesn't need to be the next Schmeichel, he needs to be the first Senna Lamens.
The game, the first impression in this club is really important. To maintain the level is even more important and really difficult. So he's not Schmeichel yet. He's a young guy with talent. He shows a lot of composure, and the fans liked it. But again, we need to prove that is in the past. We need to prove in the next game.
If he keeps his head down, blocks out the noise, and keeps working with the same focus that has defined his rise, then he has everything: technique, intelligence, mentality to become not just Manchester United's next great goalkeeper, but one of the defining figures of this new era. Senna Lamens already represents 11 crucial points for Manchester United this season. Points that would have been lost without his saves, his composure, and his influence between the posts. In every match he's played, he's been more than just a goalkeeper. He's been the difference between victory and despair. But his mission goes far beyond the numbers. His real task as United's new guardian is to restore something far more valuable: the essence of security, the unshakable belief that the man behind the defence will always be there when it matters most. That's what defines the legacy of a true Manchester United goalkeeper. Lamens isn't just protecting the goal, he's rebuilding a tradition. Because throughout the club's most glorious eras, there has always been a titan in goal, someone who turned impossible moments into symbols of greatness. The image of Alex Stepney denying Eusebio's penalty in the 1968 European Cup final. The roar that followed Peter Schmeichel's saves in the 1999 Champions League final. The calm authority of Edwin van der Sar diving to stop Nicolas Anelka in Moscow in 2008.
United again!
Those are not just memories, they're the blueprint for what it means to wear United's number one shirt. And now, under the lights of Old Trafford, Senna Lamens is writing his own chapter.
Conversation as him, I think.
Are you Schmeichel in disguise?
No, I'm not. I'm just Senna Lamens, trying to help the team, but yeah, like I said, it's an amazing.
Every save, every command from the box, every long pass that starts an attack, it all feels like the rebirth of an identity long forgotten. He's young, hungry and fearless, and his presence already carries echoes of that golden lineage. If he stays the course, Lamens could be the next great name on that sacred list, the next keeper, to define an era, to lift silverware, and to stand immortal in the club's history. Because sometimes it only takes one man's hands to change everything, and right now, those hands belong to Senna Lamens.